Hello and welcome to VIR. It's the Virginian International Raceway where these 20 drivers will do a formation lap like they normally do, but this time it'll be a rolling start just like last week at Road America. Hopefully they don't all start randomly stopping on the right hand side this time. But yeah, Nico Hulkenberg set a lap. We thought after the qualifying had finished, but then turned out that our timing screens were dodgy and it was absolutely fine what he did. Yeah, basically. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I completely forgot to do this to check the distance between Martinsville and Virginia, because Martinsville, NASCAR's at Martinsville, we're at VIR, which are actually pretty close to each other. Let's have a look. Pretty poor scheduling if you ask me, but oh well. So Martinsville, where's Alton? Right on the border. 57.9 kilometers away. Martinsville and VIR. That's about an hour's drive. "58-minute drive." So yeah, whoever organised that, absolutely shocking planning to have the biggest American race series and F1 literally an hour's drive away from each other at literally the exact same time. Not even date clashing, the exact same time. I think it's poor organising, but like maybe swap Sonoma and Virginia. But then you're going back and forth from, where is it, Wisconsin to Virginia to Brazil to California. Like, in all honesty, to be fair, like, then to China, and then to Florida, and then to Dubai. Well, actually, an Indianapolis trip in between that as well. But anyway, they're about to go through the final corner. The safety car will peel into the pits, and we will get racing here in Virginia. Safety car peels in, and as soon as Hulkenberg gets to the line, he can go. You know, we can see he will get the better getaway between the two. And we are green here in Virginia. And it's a good start from Nico Hulkenberg. He's already in front of George Russell, but who will get the lead? Absolutely shocking camera. I can only apologise we can't see the two in front, but they're side by side. The two Alfa Romeos are battling as well. I'm not too sure who's in front, but it's George Russell who leads Nico Hulkenberg as they go through NASCAR and through left hook, and then into turn 5, and then to start the snake. Let's see how they find out. Someone's gone off there. Someone went off the track. Not too sure who it was. I think it was Valtteri Bottas. No, it wasn't. I think it was Joe Guanyu maybe. But they start going up the snake. They're side by side. I think a bit further back. I want to see how it pans out further back, to be honest. How are they all doing here? The back of the pack is Charles Leclerc. I don't know who it was who went off the track earlier on. Who has lost a lot of positions? To be honest, I can't really see anyone who has lost positions. And how they're doing up front. Already done one lap. It's actually a pretty quick lap. Only went at 1 minute 20. So but as they start lap 2, not as good of a first lap in my opinion as last week at Road America, but still they've got a change for the lead. Championship either George Russell in front of Nico Hulkenberg, and it's Valtteri Bottas just behind them as they go through left hook for the second time this race. And up the snake now for the second time. I wonder if anyone will dare to make an overtake going up there. And then down the hill. There's the South Bend, turn 10 towards Oak Tree, turn 11. Are there going to be any moves? Maybe. Who knows? Let's have a look though at turn 1. It might be Magnussen maybe. I think he had an alright qualifying. Was it him that went off at the start maybe? There's definitely someone. No, it did look like a white car. Maybe it wasn't Magnussen. Not too sure. It's going on to the snake. Someone went off. I'm not too sure who it was. Let's see. No, it was Hamilton. It was Hamilton that went off. How did I get black and white confused? It was Lewis Hamilton. You had to go off the track. Let's have a look. What caused Hamilton to go off the track? It was Joe in front of him, 3 wide almost. Oh, what was that? Hang on. Can you just slow that down? You got on the curb? Is that the curb or what? Oh, he got launched by the curb. That is weird. I've never seen something like that happen before. I was checking up. I think that was Sergeant. No, yeah, it was Sergeant. He checked up a bit. As they pan out to go up the snake. What a shot that is. 2 wide down here. Between is that Snowder and Drogovic. It was. Anyway, let's go back to live pictures and see how they're getting on up front. About 3 minutes behind at the moment, right? Pretty easy to do that. So here we go, it's Hulkenberg in front now. We're still a little bit behind, so there's George Russell back in front. Finally, maybe get some good racing here, potentially. Bottas getting involved, Joe Guan Yu as well. No, not Joe Guan Yu, I don't know why I said him. Almost there. And there we go. Verstappen. And then Russell, Hulkenberg in the lead of the race now. Bottas is behind him in P4. Brilliant racing. It's down inside, goes Verstappen, 2 into 1. What a move through left hook. They go through turn 5 and onto the snake. Is Verstappen almost off the track there? He is in front. Hulkenberg second, Russell third, Bottas in fourth. Is he going to try and get past Russell down inside? No, he's not. They're almost 3 wide going through the snake. They're 2 by 2 there at the moment. And Bottas, I think, almost went into the back of someone. Ocon getting involved as well. Last week's race winner. Or whatever that was. Teammate Gasly is down the inside. Send big barge from Bottas on Russell. It's all, I think he's letting him by. I think he don't mean to do that, to be fair. It's all Williams very squirrely there on the exit of Oak Tree. They go down Madison Avenue for the 4th time this race. It's 58 laps of this Virginia International Raceway. And there's, I think, is Bottas gone off? I think Bottas has gone off. He's dropped a few positions. What happened to Valtteri? I'm going to quickly rewind, go on board and see what happened to the fin. Let's see. Oh, went to the back of Ocon. And that's got rid of Ocon's rear wing. How did I not notice that? Well, I can clearly see, so I don't know how I didn't notice it. Esteban Ocon, last week's race winner on lap 4, is already into the pits with damage. No, that wasn't Ocon. That was Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly, the most informed driver. 70 points since the Russian Grand Prix. He scored in every single race, or every single weekend, apart from, technically, didn't score in the race last week, but he did score points from the sprint race. It's actually Ocon who leads at the moment. So, last week's race winner, back in front. And has Charles Leclerc gone off as well? Yes, he has. Charles Leclerc's also pit. We'll have a look in a second after they've gone up the snake, see if anything happens. But I thought Ocon was the one who got hit, but it was Gasly. That is massive for the championship. He's 20 points off Russell. As it stands, I think Russell was actually in front of him, so Russell would actually gain points. But still, that is pretty big. And Gasly, the only person within at the moment, within a win of Russell. They're side by side through Madison, going down Madison Avenue. Side by side, it's going to be Verstappen, who's yet to win a race this season. He's been up there most races this year. He's yet to win a race. Anyway, let's see what happens to Leclerc, because he's also at a pit for a new front wing or something, I'm assuming. Let's see. He came into the pit. Just go on board. Got the Alfa Romeo Bottas in front of him at the moment. Let's see, is it going through here? And oh, this goes into the back of Bottas. Is that what does it? Maybe it is, it must be. Yeah, it is. No front wing for Leclerc. That's a shame for the Monegas. But nowhere near live at the moment. Another issue. So, yeah, no, there we go. And who is it leading? It's Ocon from Verstappen. So Ocon has taken it off Verstappen. Actually, a pretty big lead for Ocon. It's Verstappen behind Hulkenberg. Magnussen now getting involved as well. The two Haas cars side by side. They were a team you'd not expect to be up there, to be fair, all season. But where is? I've got a picture of the result somewhere. I've just lost them. Constructors Championship. Haas are doing very well at the moment. Where are they in the championship? Third place, so very good for the American outfit. The highest they've ever been in any F1 championship. So, yeah, fair play. They're side by side, Russell and whichever Haas is behind the other one, Magnussen. Side by side, going into the roller coaster. Is there going to be a move? Joe there as well. It's a good move. Hang on, where's Bottas? Bottas has just completely disappeared. I just realised. He's P18. What's happened to him? I don't think he's had to pit because he must have gone off somewhere. Must have. It's quite a lot. Oh, that's P7 here. So another way. There we go. Oh, went off the track at the South Bend. Lucky. Didn't collect anyone at all. Went into. No, he's already been off though because he's P15. Oh, I went off the track. So he's P6, trying to get past his teammate. Goes down inside, hits Russell. And then his teammate... Oh no, he just drives off the track himself. Mistake from Bottas, which sends him all the way down the field. And struggles getting on the track, almost gets rear-ended by Lando Norris. And he got three cars much quicker than him, but he's not got off the track. He actually pushes Sonoda off the track. De Vries and Drugovich also there with him, and then just goes wide through the South Bend, very wobbly, almost hit by is that? Do you reckon that's the lip? I think he's not brake issues, but had trouble slowing down because of he went on the grass. That's what I think that's about. Don't think there's any malice in that. Bottas isn't like that, so I highly doubt it. Anyway, let's catch back up. About a minute behind at the moment. Cool, if you already know, I already know who won the Team Performance Championship. I'm not going to tell you though, because I don't want to spoil it just in case you haven't seen who won yet and want to watch the race yourself. Of course, it was on exclusively on Motorsport TV. I mean, it's not exclusively on there. If you're in Japan, still I say it like Japan. Yeah, if you're in Japan, you can watch it in, I think it's JF Go. Is that what it's called? I don't know, but anyway, Ocon leads the championship currently. There has been news speculating that Iwasa will replace Liam Lawson in Superform the next year. So, if Liam Lawson does stay at AlphaTauri, which to be fair, isn't looking the most likely at the moment with his results. So, it's SF Go. And that's how you. God, sorry about that. That's how you watch Superform in Japan. Or J Sports 3. Oh no, SF Go is a British thing. Oh no, Super Formula Go, that's what it stands for. I don't know, I can't understand a word of Japanese, so... Yeah, well, it's happened anyway, so what's the point of me telling you? Of course, next week we will be having a sprint race at Rio, the first time F1's raced at the Rio track in a while, I think it's 1980s. Of course, we went there in the SRS. It's actually the SRS circuit which we'll be visiting, the 1988 layout, so of course we meant to be going to Brasilia, but that got cancelled due to logistical reasons. I don't even know what that word means. Also, F1 will be trialling no speed limit in the pit lane, which will be interesting. I wonder how that will go. There could be a move here for the lead, going into the roller coaster at the end of Madison Avenue. Verstappen v Ocon. It's the Battle of Brazil 2018, sorry. It's going to be Ocon in front of in front of Verstappen as they go through Hog Pen for the 10th time this race. I think Hulkenberg got a bit squirrely there. There's Ocon into the pit, so Ocon started on soft, so that's probably why actually he's doing so well. Ocon into the pit, serve his first of maybe many stops, who knows. Anyway, the ones up front, they're on hard, so I highly doubt they'll be pitting anytime soon. But yeah, you never know. Is that Bottas? He's now for Romeo there. It would be Bottas, yeah. Bottas is almost a lap down. Did he have damage? He must have gone off or something. It's all a bit wobbly there, Bottas. Bottas maybe with an issue, potentially. I don't know how he's got that far back. Maybe he went off or something, he must have. Yeah, he's already pitted. He went off, yes. Where's that he went off? Just fast forward it real quick. Oh, I went into the wall. He did that in qualifying. Didn't actually break his wing, but he did the same way that he did it in qualifying. Go on board. Just went in deep. Couldn't slow the car down. That's a shame. That weekend of uncharacteristic. We always get one weekend where someone's had a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. Indonesia was Magnussen. Oh, almost off the track there. But yeah, Indonesia it was Magnussen. Road America it was Hamilton. Now it's Bottas. So, did he just pit for new tyres? Didn't even have damage. Just pit for new tyres. Okay, fair enough. Oh, hang on. Not enough. Okay, Bottas at the back of the pack at the moment. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, goodness me. I think he's a lap down, but he's spun off. There's Bottas. Oh, goodness me, that's a vicious. I'm surprised the car's not wrecked after that, goodness. Let's go on board. What happened there? Oh, maybe he's got some sort of failure. He's lucky he fell down. If he was going any more faster, he could have ploughed into a car there. And that would not have been good at all. With a fin. Anyway, let's go back to live coverage. Charles Leclerc, let's watch him. The Ferrari driver. Gasly's also pitted. That's pretty big. Surprised he's fitted. We can see Bottas actually in front of Leclerc. Maybe both Alpines. Oh no, Gasly's on. No, Gasly's always there, wasn't he? He's off on the pitted. Yeah, ignore me. Yeah, Leclerc. And, oh, Bottas has gone off. Bottas has gone off. Oh, hit into the wall there for Bottas. And, oh, big. Oh, no, no, no. That's not good. And, oh, he's been hit as well by Ocon. That's not good. Charles Leclerc's hit Bottas. That's a horrible, horrible crash. I hope Bottas is okay. That was horrific to see. Don't know if there's a safety car, a red flag or anything. That was not a nice crash. We'll get news. Let's not look at that. That was not a nice thing to see. It's Hulkenberg who leads. They're still going here in Virginia. Nothing on a red flag or anything just yet. But that was a horrific accident. And yeah, they've red flagged it. Red flag. They've red flagged the race. That was a big crash. All they're going to do is they're going to get the cars to stop on track where they are, and then once they've cleared it, they'll just get them to get back going again. Bit of a tricky place to stop them, to be honest. Let's see, can we see the cars at the moment? Yeah, they've just stopped them there, okay. That was a horrific hit. I hope Bottas is okay. We're going to keep it on this camera for a little bit. Actually, where's Leclerc? It was Leclerc that hit him as he kept going. Leclerc's in the pits. He's actually made it around to the pits. That's good. Because we've seen T-bones crashes like that. And I don't like to speculate, but for example, Correa hitting Hubert. Correa had big injuries. So did Adam Fitzgerald when he hit Van Hoff at Spa. And don't like to speculate, but we'll get news on Valtteri Bottas when we get it. That was a vicious hit going through the South Bend. And you can see the cars stopped on track. Going through the snake. And while we have this little pause in the race, let's go through your current standings. Of course, Bottas, that big hit at the back, he's out of the race. We'll get news on him when we get it. Gasly got rear-ended earlier actually by Bottas. He's 19th, most informed driver on the grid at the moment. Ocon 18th, Leclerc 17th, Tsunoda 16th, Drogovic 15th, got De Vries in 14th, Sainz 13th, Albon 12th, Stroll 11th, Sargent 10th, Lando Norris 9th, is actually quite good, he started in 17th. Kvyat 8th, Hamilton 7th, Piastri 6th, he also started quite badly. To be fair, McLaren were actually quite good in races, but then he ended up DNFing with some sort of issue. Joe 5th, championship leader Russell 4th, Magnussen 3rd, Verstappen 2nd, it's Nico Hulkenberg, the man who started on pole, currently in 1st place. As I said, we'll get news on Bottas as we get it. That was a horrific hit for Bottas. Of course, we won't show you a replay unless we know he is absolutely fine. And we get news that Bottas has spoken on the radio, which is good. He is conscious, which is good to hear. But no news on him out of the car yet. I'm sure that they don't want to risk him with his neck or back or anything for the Finn. Nervous times here, of course. And I'm getting news that they are working to extract Bottas from the car. So hopefully that will be I'm about to say quick process, but take as long as they need to. to get him out of the car. Of course, it's not that the car's upside down or anything, which is good. But still, I'm just praying for Bottas at the moment that he isn't seriously injured and he can race as early as next week in Brazil. We've already had Logan Sargent miss 2 races. Of course, as I've said already, we'll get you news once we get it. We'll get news that we can actually show you a replay now of what happened to Bottas. We've got a CCTV camera which we can use just quickly. And oh, that's a big hit into the wall at first, and then oh, I'm surprised he's conscious, to be honest. After that, I've seen wrecks like that where like the driver hasn't survived. We saw Hubert at Spa, Van Hoft at Spa. This is in slow motion. It's honestly, in my opinion, very reminiscent to Hubert's crash. Where the car hits the wall and then we're going to see it into the tyre barrier and then bouncing off it back onto the track where he's then hit by Charles Leclerc. Leclerc could do nothing about it. Oh, he's lucky that he's hit the front of his car and not. I think if that was a proper T-bone on the side pod, we have a different outcome, a much worse outcome. I'm surprised Leclerc's still going, to be fair. I'm very surprised at that. Let's go. Another camera angle. This is following Bottas. Oh, just go to the track just like he did the lap before, and then to hit into the wall and a big impact from Leclerc, and then rear-end impact from Ocon. It's a bit like Sam Bird's accident in Rome earlier this year in Formula E. But you can see the hit here. I'm surprised Leclerc hasn't slowed down there, to be honest. I think Leclerc, he's miscalculated a bit. He sees Bottas spinning across the track and the vicious into the wall. To be honest, if I was Leclerc, you can see Bottas coming back onto the track. Yes, he isn't seeing things in this speed, but to be fair, he's hit the front wing, which to be honest is probably one of the best parts of the car you could hit. But I think it's a sudden stop from Bottas. Let's watch Ocon's point of view. No, just go at normal speed. What can he see? He's already seen that and just... I'm just driving into him a bit, to be honest. Can we go on board with Bottas? Get news that we can. Let's have a look. Oh, loses the car, and then she'll get slowed down. Oh. Then the camera goes. Haven't actually got onboard footage of him getting hit by the Leclerc. Have we? Is the camera gone? Has it gone maybe? No, it's still going. I actually got... Oh, goodness me. It's a vicious hit. Slow it down a bit. See him spinning and then... Wonder what he's thinking as he about to hit the wall. Stick it into the tyre wall and then... He comes back onto the track. Oh, it's lucky, to be honest, that... Hang on. Let me pause it at the point of the impact. That he hasn't hit like here. That could have easily been a Zanardi crash for both for Bottas. Just like Alex Zanardi's accident in the Lausitz ring. And of course, if he was any more on the track, that would have been a very much worse outcome. Anyway, let's go back to where we were when the red flag was called. Of course, new procedure for red flags, where they just stop on the track and then keep going racing as soon as the accident's cleared. No safety car, no standing starts, just straight back to it. And it's 21:15 at bottom right when they had to stop, so I think that should be it. A bit further in front. No, a bit further back because I can't stop in time. It's got to rewind the tape. And fast forward it, whatever you want to say. I mean, it is called fast forwarding, isn't it? There we go. So, yeah, you can see all the cars stopped. It's further in front. I'm going to go a bit while they clear the car and be back shortly. Still under red flag conditions here in Virginia International Raceway for a crash involving Charles Leclerc and Valtteri Bottas. Can report to you now that Valtteri Bottas is out of the car. He's been he hasn't been seen walking. He was straight away put on a stretcher and into an ambulance. So all the best for him. Charles Leclerc, he kept going. He came into the pits and that's where he is at the moment. Of course, the new red flag procedure is that everyone stops where they are on track. So, and also any pit repairs, basically everything freezes. Everyone stops on track. If you're in the pits getting repairs or in the pits for any reason, you have to stop immediately. Can't carry on the car. Then as soon as the red flag is removed, you just keep going as you are. Just like there was, just like basically the time's frozen. But the only people that can do anything, are, of course, the fans that are watching, and the safety crew. So, yeah, they're working on getting him up. Well, he's already out of the car. They've got to work on repairing the barrier and getting rid of the car. Badly damaged Alfa Romeo. And of course, we'll get any more information on Valtteri once we get it. Shouldn't be too long. Take about 20 minutes just to get him out of the car. It's the best guess of how long it's taken. Because I think it's the second race we've had a red flag in. The other one was actually in America. It was the Miami Grand Prix. Crazy race we had there. Of course, 3 red flags. 2 for weather, 1 for a crash involving Perez. After I think it was a brake. Yeah, we're actually playing to had a brake failure. And yeah, I can't remember if we had any other red flags recently. Oh, I mean, but recently, I mean this season. We had one in SRS at Monaco in that absolute mess of a race. But apart from that, can't actually remember what happened. We had red flags in qualifying. We had weather at Argentina, big crash involving Albon at Saudi. Big crash involving Russell in South Africa, which means he had to actually miss the race, and he's still championship leader. But the top 2 in the no, first and third have actually both missed races, and then Ganti's also been disqualified. With that, been that many people DNFing in races, like it's very inconsistent with like people this year. But so yeah, they're still almost done. It needs to be about not long to go. Shouldn't be. So what is the time at the moment? Not too sure. My watch isn't working. It's definitely not 6 o'clock. No, not 6. It says 5:30 on my watch, which means that it's half an hour before the race meant to start for some reason. So yeah, watch is broken. That's nice. Just gotta wait to find out what the time is. I'm going to use it in 5 minutes time. We'll have a restart. So 5 minutes time, there will be a restart. No, they haven't given a specific time. It'll be the time. It's in 5 minutes. And my watch isn't working, so that's fine. Not too fast. So, yeah, I'm gonna go for a quick break and then I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so the engines are back on and they should be get back going shortly. So, ready, getting used. So, 3, 2, 1. And they are back going here in Virginia. There's still Hulkenberg in front there, side by side straight away, further back. And oh, never change the camera angle. There we go. And Hulkenberg still leads from Verstappen and from Kevin Magnussen. You can see all the cleared up this crash site now, which is good to see. There's side by side, a bit further back for Oak Tree. But as the front runners now, we've got Norris is out trying to get past George Russell. It could be, yes, it is. Down the inside is going to do it, or is it Joe Guan Yu? Maybe around the outside on Norris. Let's see, and Norris is just in front of Joe. Some news, quick update on Bottas. He's been taken to the medical centre for a checkup. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious. He's been taken away in an ambulance, so I'm not surprised if he ended up in the local hospital. So, anyway, Verstappen versus Hulkenberg now into turn 1. Kevin Magnussen may be down the inside. What is this camera angle? Come on. Magnussen down the inside. It's the two Haas battling out for the lead. Hulkenberg leads, and Verstappen versus Magnussen through turn 3, sorry, through NASCAR bend and through left hook. Yeah, this is NASCAR bend. No, I'm losing it here. Sorry about this. But they go up the snake for the 15th time this race. Of course, this will be the 3rd out of 5 US circuits we visit this season. We go to Sonoma in 2 weeks' time, and a few weeks after that it's Daytona for the Daytona 305. The 305 races, NASCAR style races, will be continuing. It's a Saturday night race in Daytona this year. It's a Saturday night race in Sebring next year. And what a race that will be at Sebring. But it's a battle for the lead. Verstappen, can he go down the inside and Hulkenberg through roller coaster? Let's see, down the hill, yes he will be. Verstappen takes the lead of the Virginian Grand Prix. A good move from the Dutchman, who's yet, I've already said this loads of times recently, he's yet to win a race, and that's because it's true. Verstappen, under pressure, pole 3 races in a row. He got pole in Thailand, he got pole in Motegi, and he got pole at Indonesia. No, not Indonesia. Was it Indonesia? I think it was Indonesia. DNF'd out of all 3 of them. Which is not something you'd expect from the world champion. Just another quick look on where he is actually in the standings at the moment. That's Verstappen. Currently P14 on 95 points. I think De Vries is 13th with 99 points. So actually it's De Vries who's better of the 2 Red Bulls at the moment. And if you add up De Vries' points at Red Bull and Perez's points at Red Bull, them combined are more than Verstappen's had all year. Which is crazy to think that the reigning 2-time world champion has just had an abysmal season. Almost the whole grid managed to catch up to each other after. I think the only 2 that aren't actually in this main pack are Ocon, Leclerc and Gasly, and that's what they've all pitted. There you go, down the hill, through roller coaster as Magnussen gets in front of his teammate. Also, I'm surprised that Gasly's still 19th after Ocon and Leclerc have both pitted twice. That's a surprise. I'm surprised about that. But anyway, doing well. Can George Russell maybe make a move into turn 1? No, but Verstappen beat Magnussen. Can we see a move? Yes, we have seen a move. Russell versus Hulkenberg. Russell's in front of Hulkenberg. Magnussen's in front of Verstappen. It's a change for the lead. And for the first time this race, it's Kevin Magnussen who leads, the winner of the Russian Grand Prix. Hulkenberg down the inside, the pole sitter on Verstappen. Can Mick get a Haas 1-2 potentially? No, not quite. 2 Haas cars, contact between Hulkenberg and Magnussen as they bang wheels up the snake for this 17th time now. 17 out of 58 laps. No, we haven't put it 17 laps. It's 58 laps of the Virginian International Race. I keep calling it Virginian International Raceway. It's Virginian Grand Prix at VIR, otherwise known as Virginia International Raceway. Wait, no, other way around. Virginia International Raceway, otherwise also known as VIR. In the beautiful state of Virginia. That's one visit Virginia for the first time. Virginia is actually a massive motorsport state. A lot of circuits. Charlotte. We've got Martinsville. We've got Richmond. We've got Darlington. Is that Carolina? I think Darlington, Carolina. Of course, we've got Virginia International Raceway as well. We get news update on Bottas. He has been transported to the local hospital for a precautionary checkup. So hopefully that all goes well and he'll be okay to race next week in Brazil. Of course, I highly doubt there'll be any more information, to be honest, because the hospital will be some lengthy checks, and yeah, normally they take more than an hour, which the race will probably won't be more than an hour left, I don't think. Anyway, Hulkenberg now down in P4. It's Verstappen who leads Magnussen up front. Let's watch these two. They go up the snake. It's a shame. I don't, would I expect to see overtakes for the snake? Of course, I haven't really seen many overtakes coming up the snake. But to be honest, before this weekend, I did think we'd see more overtakes there. What I'm also wondering is how it would work next week with no pit lane speed limiter. Will they just be bombing into the pits like we saw in SRS? I don't know. To be fair, Brazil was one of the circuits where they were more well behaved at going into the pits. Considering it was the first race. Yeah, I mean, we had Jerez, them bobbing it down, the Monza, Estoril, Adelaide. They seem to get worse as the season got on, to be honest. Seems weird. But anyway, they go up the hill onto the main straight to start lap 19, and Russell, he's looking racy. He's looking like he can get past Max Verstappen. Is he going to go round the outside through turn 1? Round the outside through the horseshoe, but not able to get past. Now Magnussen through NASCAR bend towards the left hook. Can he get past Russell? Maybe not there, but possibly up the snake. He's looking very close behind him, but I don't quite think he'll be able to do it going up the snake, unfortunately. No, not quite. Did I mention Richmond when I said tracks in Virginia? Don't know, but Richmond's also in Virginia. A lot of short tracks, and I've got a super speedway as well. So, show this super speedway, Charlotte super speedway, no, Charlotte Motor Speedway. I don't know if it's a super speedway or not. But anyway, Verstappen who leads. Verstappen's into the pits, and so is one of the Haas cars. So it's starting to come in for their first stop. Off the hard tyres, it's Hulkenberg who's come in. So Russell and Magnussen are the two in front now. Oscar Piastri in P3. I think Lando Norris also pitted. So yeah, of course. Hopefully they don't start crashing into each other when they come into the pitch, which seems to happen a lot recently. Anyway, they go down South Bend and through Oak Tree. 20 laps with 58 done. No, they're on lap 20 or 58. They haven't really done 20 laps, have they? You know what I'm trying to say though, half an hour into this race. Well, not half an hour in. Been going a lot longer than that. Of course, the red flag. But half an hour of actual racing since the race started. Anyway, Hulkenberg trying to get past Russell. Is he going to be able to make the move work? Not quite. And Russell still leads. I'm assuming they'll come off the hard tyres this lap and maybe onto a set of softs. Yes, they are all into the pits now. Most of them. Who's staying out? Hamilton stays out. Everyone else there's Norris, and Norris didn't actually pit that before. I assumed he did, but obviously not. It's Hamilton, Norris, and Tsunoda. Daniel Kvyat, did he come into the pits? No, Kvyat did come in. It's Hamilton now who leads from Norris, from Tsunoda. Hamilton, messy weekend last week, had a lot of big accidents, especially into the kink. You know what? Once these lot come in, I'm going to go for a little break just while you see people catch up. How are they doing? Hulkenberg's in front of Russell. They come out. Where is Verstappen and Magnussen? Ah, Verstappen's here, so Verstappen's done the best out of all of that. Magnussen, possibly the worst, down to 14th. Awful stop for the Dane. Absolutely horrific. But Verstappen now the net race lead, even in front of Leclerc. Which is a shock. But I'm assuming these three are going to come into the pits. And it'll be Verstappen who leads, and we'll have to wait for people to catch up again. Leclerc will probably be ensued. No, because he pitted under red flag, didn't he? Because he was the one who hit Bottas. That's his shout, to be fair. Anyways, they come in. Let's see, Verstappen. What's the gap between him and Hulkenberg? Pretty big, to be fair. Hulkenberg and Russell, they're pretty close. Let's do a lap of just pure braking noise, and we'll see you in a bit. And a lap of pure racing, no commentary, is over. So let's go back to commentary. Verstappen now leads Charles Leclerc. Yeah, I'm starting to close in a bit. I reckon we got Hulkenberg and Russell. We go for a little break. I know we just went for one, but and might be a bit late night after that red flag. Well, to be fair, it only started at 6 PM. Like last year, this weekend was the Mexican Grand Prix that started at 8, so there's no Mexican Grand Prix this weekend. There's also no plan to be a Mexican Grand Prix. There aren't really many circuits that could be used. Well, actually, no, they could go back. There are rumours for 2025 for a Mexican Grand Prix to the old Mexico layout. Of course, that's allowed, but going to the actual circuit isn't. So, you know, Hulkenberg now getting close to Leclerc, both on softs. Hulkenberg on the much fresher soft tyres. Leclerc in P2 after that horrific accident he had earlier on this race. I'm very much surprised that he's actually still going, to be honest. But, yeah, somehow he's still here. Wouldn't it be crazy if Leclerc won? I mean, doubt it. Probably need a safety car for that to happen. Or for everyone around him to crash out, which I mean is a possibility. Considering Russell and Verstappen's recent track records. But anyway, Leclerc's in, so that ruins any sort of overtake. Might have. Anyway, Russell looks like he can get past Hulkenberg down the inside into the horseshoe, turn 1. Let's have a look. Maybe round the outside. He's looking like he will do it round the outside. Hulkenberg will have the inside line for turn 1 and turn 2, but Russell looks like he's already cleared him without turn 3. No, already in front. Good move that from the Brit. And Russell now chases down Max Verstappen through the snake. It's all about who can, to be fair, it's about who can get that line, to be honest. It's quite difficult to actually lose time going up the snake, to be honest, but you never know, it could happen. But now, down the straight. Now Russell for the lead, down inside, into the roller coaster. Going to be Russell, championship leader, who takes the lead off Max Verstappen, and it's the championship leader who takes the lead off the reigning world champion in the final sector of the lap. But can Verstappen maybe get past Russell, or can Hulkenberg get past Verstappen? It's a front three all here at the moment on the soft compound tyres. No one really else near them, to be honest. Piastri's a bit far back, Albon's a bit far back, Russell into the lead, Hulkenberg into P2, there's contact between them, and that's going to leave a massive lead to George Russell, as Hulkenberg goes into Verstappen. They almost interlock wheels, really. And a bit of mistake there from Hulkenberg, which hampers Eve as their chance of getting the lead. It's still Hulkenberg in front of Verstappen. Can Verstappen retake P2 from the pole sitter? A very late pole sitter, did it very late on. So late that our timing screens got confused and thought that their qualifying had already finished, but yeah. Had that in Imola in SRS 1988 F1. It was one driver too. Technically we had two drivers this weekend because Sargent went up to P12 in qualifying. Anyway, almost halfway through this race now. I think halfway is lap 29. So we're going to lap 27 now. Only 2 laps off that. Of course, we've still got 5 races after this race. We're in Brasilia for a sprint race next weekend. Not Brasilia, sorry, Rio. The old Nelson Piquet circuit, which was demolished for the 2014 Olympics. Was it 2014, 2016, sorry, Olympics, but it's been rebuilt to host this year's race. And then in Sonoma, week after that, for the Californian Grand Prix, 10 PM start here in the UK. Of course, West Coast being difficult for UK viewers. There's Hulkenberg into the lead. Hulkenberg gets past Russell, and can Verstappen get past Russell? I think Russell had a poor oak tree there. And now Verstappen looking like he can go down the inside through the quick left-hander before braking, even before the left-hander, for the right-hander. And now Russell, no, Piastri though. Russell trying to get past Hulkenberg in the end. Piastri trying to get past Verstappen in the end. It's not going to work for either of them, and it remains these 4 in the same order they were before the roller coaster. And I'm not on about the Algarve circuit, which hosted a very wet 4 hours of Portimao last weekend for the last race of the season. Ended up being delayed by an hour and a half, followed by 1 hour red flag. So in the end, it was a 2.5-hour delay for a 3 hour of Portimao. But there's Piastri down the inside on Verstappen, trying to get past the Dutchman. Piastri, he was on 100 points before Russia. Then only scored 4 points since then. I think that was only in a sprint race. So getting his teammates bad fortunes, it looks like, for the McLaren driver, the Aussie. Won, of course, the German Grand Prix from George Russell. And go for another break. Let's go for another break. You can watch the cars battle it out towards the roller coaster. Started up 30, someone just came in, I think that was Williams, so possibly Alexander Albon. No, Sargent, well, one of them. Yeah, it was Albon that came in. There's Hulkenberg into the lead. I think he's already in the lead, to be honest, but in front of Russell anyway. They're just Verstappen in front of Piastri as well. These front four, any of them could win this race with still 28 laps to go. Anything could happen here at VIR. And normally, as I say in Formula 1, anything does happen. To be fair, knowing this series, all four of these drivers will be out in 4 laps. So, maybe not that, 2 laps maybe, 3. You know, I'm going to go prediction here. In 3 laps time, all 4 of these drivers will be out of the race. Anyway, Oak Tree. George Russell. No, I'm joking by the way, that prediction. George Russell trying to get past Hulkenberg. It's Verstappen. Hamilton now in this battle as well. In the other Mercedes. He wasn't that part of that bet. Nah, that bet wasn't even real anyway. Only joking. But there we go into the roller coaster. They're almost 3 wide. Russell versus Hulkenberg, going down the hill now towards Hogpeg. Down through the final corner. And now, oh no! Hulkenberg wanted to pit and Russell didn't want to pit. Oh, big crash there. Big crash. And now Sargent as well. Sargent hits Russell, and that's Hulkenberg out of this race, and maybe even Russell as well. Where's Russell gone? Russell just fell into the abyss. That's not Russell. Russell's out. Championship leader is out of this race. That is huge. Nico Hulkenberg, pole sitter, also out. He's firing up. Hope he's alright. That is massive though. And yet another collision when drivers come into the pits. Hulkenberg getting out of the car. That is good to see. Oh, what happened there? Go on board and just... Oh. What happened there? Then you get on board with Russell. What happened was Hulkenberg wanted to come in, Russell was in the way. And then Sargent hits him. And Russell ends up falling into the abyss. That is a massive development. But it's now Verstappen who leads at VIR. We're a little bit behind now, so let's fast forward a bit as they go up the snake. I mean, my prediction at the moment actually might be true. It's a big chance that's true. It's now Piastri who leads as they go through Hogpen. Verstappen has done in P4, and now Verstappen wants to pit, and Leclerc's Sainz is in the way, and oh, he's been hit by De Vries, and Verstappen's now out. Another race that Verstappen won't win. De Vries with damage. Sainz is disaster for Red Bull. Drogovic getting held up. So is Daniel Kvyat in the AlphaTauri. And now Charles Leclerc as well. Is that smoking? That tyre or actually engine issues? They're still going. Verstappen's out. My prediction's going to be correct here. All we've got to do is Piastri to DNF in this or next lap. And my prediction is actually correct. Russell, Hulkenberg and Verstappen, 3 contenders for the win. All out in the space of 2 laps. That is massive. We'll go back to live coverage. There we go. Piastri's in. Piastri's actually made it in safely. So, yeah, my prediction was kind of right. Is Hamilton now in front of Lando Norris for the race win? Soft tyres, obviously only lasting like 10 laps. But I am bewildered, honestly. Championship leader out again. Verstappen out again. Hulkenberg, pole sitter out. And I mean, something needs to be done with how these drivers are actually coming into the pits. It's ridiculous, if I'm being honest. Absolutely ridiculous. How's Piastri done, like, in comparison to people he was around? In all fairness, most people he was around are out of the race. But fire from Piastri! My prediction was right! The joke prediction I made about all 4 drivers in the top 4 being out of the race within the space of 4 laps has come true. It was 3 laps actually, and that has come true. Now Piastri's done a big fire in the back of his car after coming into the pits. Big engine issue there. And I can't believe it. McLaren's issues back again. Oh, why can't McLaren just do well? Honestly. I'm gutted for them, honestly. That's Piastri out of the race. I mean, it's obvious he's got had an issue, but what issue is it? Is it just gearbox? I doubt it's gearbox if he's had that really required, to be honest. Let's go on board and listen in. Pulled over at the start of the snake. Just cuts out. Big shame for Piastri, whose race comes short, ends on lap 33. Massive here. You know, I'm going to go for a little break while we catch up for live coverage, and I'll see you as the top 2 come into the pits. Let's go back to live coverage. I'm looking down to 6. Is that, yeah, Kvyat's in front of him, to be fair. Once we get back to live, we'll see who's in front, and then, yeah, who is leading? Then it's Leclerc. So the man who T-boned Bottas earlier on this race. Normally that's ending like some sort of leg injury at that speed. It's still going, but he's also leading. He'd probably have to pit again though, because he did pit earlier on in the race. He was very far at the back. That pitted twice for damage this race. So on the soft tyres, he's been on for a while. So Albon in P2, Norris in P3. Norris down inside, and his good friend Alexander Albon through the roller coaster, but Albon's going to stay in front. And to be honest, if I could predict something, my predictions are doing well so far. I think the top 3 is going to be the exact same this race. No, I'm joking. So I doubt it with the amount of crashing we've had this race. But and Leclerc having to pit soon, being last earlier on. But anyway, as Norris tries to get past Albon, round the outside through the horseshoe, turn 1. Whatever corner to call the horseshoe is one I recognise, but I can't figure out what it was. But anyway, go through NASCAR Bend. It's Norris in front of Albon, and we're going to watch these 3 without any commentary for a little bit. So we'll see you then. Back at Virginia, and it's Lando Norris who actually leads. While we were gone, Leclerc had come into the pits for a new set of tyres, so yeah, obviously he isn't winning. But yeah, how Kvyat doing? P5. I only just found this out while I was looking at something during the red flag. So Kvyat is also linked. I said Iwasa today or tomorrow is linked to replace Lawson. Kvyat is also linked to driving Super Formula next year. I'm not sure if it's instead of Iwasa or whatever, but essentially Daniel Kvyat in Super Formula next year, racing in the Japan series or Japan circuits. I think it'd be nice for Super Formula to go somewhere else, maybe. It's basically IndyCar but in Japan. Yeah. Anyway, I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's difficult commentating on your own. Especially when you're literally on your own. No, like, TV directors helping you. It's only me, I'm doing everything here. If you didn't know, I mean, it's stupid to not know, but, you know, I don't see why Kvyat can't hold on to this P5, to be honest. As they go down Thingy Avenue, Madison Avenue. There's a pit lane there, if you don't know why, it's for this short layout. Down there, there's actually, you can go right there, and then do another layout. Because I think earlier what circuits use this track, also USF, no I said it in qualifying yesterday, I forgot about USF Juniors, they come here, F4 US, where else, USF4, Formula Regional Americas, yeah, quite a few series that use this track, like junior formulas, I'm sure there were series as well. But anyway, Norris threaded Magnussen now, going into this NASCAR bend towards left hook, and it's Magnussen who takes the lead off Lando Norris. It's a good move through the NASCAR bend. They're about to start the snake. Can Alexander Albon put any pressure on Lando Norris? These top three, if you told me about 10 laps ago that these would be the top three battling it out for potentially the win, I would have laughed in your face, because 10 laps ago it was Verstappen, Russell, Hulkenberg and Piastri. They're all now out of this race, and it's now these three taking over from them. To be honest, watch all three of these not finish the race at this point. You never know. Magnussen in front of Lando Norris though. They go down Madison Avenue. Can we see a move into the roller coaster? It's not even straight. It's like a little bit of a left-hand bend as they go up the hill. But anyway, back down the hill towards the roller coaster. Up again. That's why it's called the roller coaster. Very big elevation change. What am I trying to say? Very up and down. I'm trying to get the elevation change into that without, like, I don't know, setting elevation change. I need to turn my light on in my commentary box. It's getting a bit dark here in the UK. Actually, it's been dark for ages. It's like 20 past 7 or something now. What time did the sun set? About an hour ago. Yeah, also raining. Something like that. Also raining a bit, which isn't fun. Anyway, of course, what racing have we had this week? We've had Ferrari Challenge, North America all week. We've got WRC Central Europe Rally. Norris actually back in the lead. All we've really got left today is the 2500 on at the moment, and drag race gives Magnussen v Norris the lead into the roller coaster. Great camera angle that is. Why can't we have that every lap going through there? With Magnussen back into the lead of the Virginian Grand Prix. Yeah, of course we've got drag racing at the strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Nevada Nationals. What racing we've got next weekend? We've got F4, US F4 at COTA, Tram Down at COTA, Formula Regional Americas at COTA. Did Albon just pit? I'm assuming Albon pitted would mean that these people are probably going to be pitting as well. Because that's, I think, Hamilton a bit further back. Maybe who did people pit? Yeah, Sargent as well. Hamilton just in front. But these two are kind of in a world of their own, to be honest. I'm assuming they'll be pitting those two, and other people are pitting. So maybe they're on a different strategy. I don't know. Of course, NASCAR next weekend, championship race. You got the trucks. Championship race, but it's Xfinity championship race. We've got all the championship races. We've also got first round of the Indian Racing League at Hyderabad. We've got 8 hours of Bahrain. We've got the Brazilian Grand Prix, the sprint race, of course. There's Lando Norris now back in front of Kevin Magnussen through the final section of track. What else we got this weekend? ASA Stars National Tour, All American 400 at Nashville, last race of their season, I believe. We've got Porsche Carrera Cup Brazil at Interlagos, which they're going there because F1 meant to be going there, then F1 never ended up going there, and then it went to Rio, but they're still going to go to Interlagos anyway. Also got F4 Brazil there, Porsche Sprint Challenge Brazil, Trans Am Australia at Sydney, got Asia Road Racing Championship at Zhuhai, FIM World Supercross in Abu Dhabi, Trans Am Australia at Sydney, TCR Australia and TCR World Tour in Sydney. You've got Super GT at Motegi, you've got Junior GP at Valencia with the Japanese F4 at Motegi. So yeah, busy weekend of racing next weekend for sure. Anyway, side by side here, Magnussen still in the lead, ahead of Lando Norris. And good racing indeed here at Virginia. We start at 43 of 58. Just over an hour of actual racing, including the formation lap. Of course, we had a big pause earlier on if you did miss it for the crash with Valtteri Bottas. No update since we heard that he was transferred to the hospital for a precautionary checkup. Was extracted out the car and straight onto a stretcher. Was conscious the entire time. We haven't heard any news of what the injuries could be. Maybe, I think legs is what I've heard. So maybe leg injury. But we had Sargent missed 2 races. He missed the Russian Grand Prix and the Thai Grand Prix due to concussion after a crash at the Italian Grand Prix on the final lap. So yeah, I'm sure if he does have to miss 1 or 2 races, and maybe Teo Porcher could be a great replacement. The Sauber Junior driver, second in F2 last season. No, F2 hasn't finished the season. What am I about? Of course, they go to Abu Dhabi in the weekend. F1 was meant to go there before all this happened, the big changeover. Anyway, Magnussen into the pit. So Magnussen to the pit from the lead. Norris and that's Hamilton stay out. When do F2 go to Abu Dhabi? I don't know why I said Porsche second this year, because he's not. But when is Abu Dhabi? Here we go. It's the weekend of the Chinese Grand Prix. So if Porsche did come in, he'd have to miss the Chinese Grand Prix. So, because he's in Abu Dhabi fighting for the last round of the F2 Championship. Unless he misses that, which I doubt he would, because he probably won't win the championship. Wasn't driving F1. He'll be driving F1 anyway. So I don't know. That's only speculation, though. Hopefully, to be honest, I'm sure that Bottas will be back next race. So. Yeah, anyways, Hamilton from the outside for Oak Tree. Hamilton leads. He hasn't won a race since the French Grand Prix all those months ago. Lando Norris hasn't even won a race this season. He only got one podium, no, one or two, I think it's two podiums. A second in Slovakia and a third last time out in Road America. No, I get third in Road America, what am I on about? Didn't even finish in Road America, I don't think. But anyway, going down the roller coaster, he's had one podium, not two, sorry. This not to get one this race, I don't mind. But yeah, Hamilton versus Norris, they go through Hog Pen and both of them into the pits. I think the second time this race. I just realised how close we are to this race actually been done. 44 or 58. Gasly, most informed driver. Oh no, you're joking. The most informed driver in F1 at the moment hasn't had a non-scoring race, I don't think. Since when was it? Let's have a quick look. Smoke though. And now Gasly's out. Gasly is out, and this will be the first weekend he has not scored points. I think it's been ages since he last hasn't scored points. I think. But Pierre Gasly has pulled over to the side of the main straight, and Pierre Gasly's out of this race. Just like last week, 20 points off first, just like his championship rival George Russell, out of this race. And that is big. Watch Yuki Tsunoda try to chase down Lewis Hamilton, who's just come out of the pits. He's got Joe Guan Yu behind as well, and I think that's Lando Norris just a bit behind them. But back to Pierre Gasly. Last weekend he hadn't scored a point. Was the German Grand Prix, and now Tsunoda's out as well. Big five for Tsunoda. Goodness me, he gets holds up Norris a bit as well in the exit, but Tsunoda's out. That's a big fire. And like everyone I look at is DNFing. Is Magnussen going to DNF now? Tsunoda's out of this race. It's like Pierre Gasly has two DNFs in quick succession. The two former teammates from last year in 2021. The winner of the sprint, of course, last week. He actually had an engine failure in the penultimate lap last week in Road America. So 2 American races for Tsunoda and 2 DNFs, unfortunately, for him. Who is it? No, wait, what? Yeah, it's the first. He's had a few retirements. He retired from the Portuguese Grand Prix and last weekend American Grand Prix. Did Pierre Gasly, but he actually scored points in the sprint race. So technically, he scored points that weekend. It's the first weekend he has not scored a point since the German Grand Prix. So, yeah, of course, he had that big run with 7 races without a point score. From the the South African Grand Prix all the way until the German Grand Prix, but since then he's been on fire. 70 points since the Russian Grand Prix, even more than that since the German Grand Prix, on 160 points. But now Leclerc trying to go down the inside of Magnussen into the roller coaster section. Down the inside, and Magnussen have the inside line though for the next part. Leclerc with that inside line for the next 2 corners. But is Magnussen going to be able to do it? He's got the inside line for the final 2 corners, but Leclerc's already on it round the outside through Hog Pen, and it's Leclerc who leads this race. They're going to be side by side almost. No, they're not quite going to be. Is Magnussen tries it round the outside, does he? Leclerc's in a brilliant position to actually win this race, and it was only about, how long ago? 50 laps to go. Leclerc had T-boned Bottas. It was a horrible crash, but somehow Leclerc only lost his front wing, and he's still going, and he could potentially win the Virginian Grand Prix. But can Magnussen stop him? They've both won a race this season. It was Leclerc in Portugal, and it was Magnussen in Russia. Leclerc's also won a sprint race, remember, in Indonesia. It'll be the first weekend that a Ferrari driver has won a race that isn't a sprint race this season. Of course, Sainz won in Austria, and then Leclerc won, of course, in Portugal and the Indonesian sprint round. But as they go down the hill, up the hill, through Oak Tree, about 10 laps to go here in Virginia. It's been not the best race, not as good as last week, I've got to admit, but still, I think a very solid race. Definitely the worst race all season. There they go, Leclerc, just where they tried it last lap. This time Leclerc cleared him, and Leclerc is in front of Magnussen. Wasn't Leclerc already in front last race? Yes, he was. I don't know what I'm on about. Anyway, where's Kivy at? Where's Danny? Danny boy. P5, okay, fair enough, not too bad for the Russian. Here's Alexander Sargent the winner of the actual Indonesian Grand Prix, and here's also Alexander Albon just behind them. So the two Williams trying to get involved in this scrap between the top two. All four of the drivers have won a race this season. If you told me this season that both Williams and both Hatton would win a race, I would have laughed in your face, because Williams and Haas, come on, they proved me wrong. Who actually hasn't won a race this season? There's only a few drivers. Of all the full-time drivers, let me let them get... Yeah, you can't really take it. It has to be the Oak Tree. Magnussen maybe, around the outside. No, but down the inside goes Albon and his teammate, and on Kevin Magnussen. That's a brilliant move from Alexander Albon, almost trying to get past Sainz as well, Leclerc as well. I think he was a bit too eager though on getting past Magnussen. Now that's going to put him under pressure of Logan Sargent. The two Williams fighting, Magnussen versus Leclerc fighting. Is there going to be a move into the roller coaster from maybe even Alexander Albon and Magnussen down inside? Sargent's been left out of all of this. Now they're side by side, and Alexander Albon is going to get past Kevin Magnussen. Is he going to? He's got the inside line. I think way too fast to actually speak English, but yeah. And then Leclerc's in. Leclerc in race leader. So that is probably any chance of him winning gone. Of course, he'd have to pit very early on after going to the back of Bottas early on and then actually T-boning Bottas later on in the race. He pitted twice for a Perez this race. And yet somehow, to be fair, Ocon had to pit on lap 1 last week because of losing his front wing and managed to get first. And so did Magnussen. Magnussen actually lost his rear wing and still got third. So, yeah, fair play. He was Leclerc was actually second last week as well, but not to be this week. And so these three potentially, Hamilton as well, even Daniel Kvyat, can he win on his return to Formula 1 for the first time in his career? You never know. But these three now, as they go up the hill, and then down the South Bend through Oak Tree, 11-12, up Madison Avenue. I was going to do something, I can't remember what it was. Who's left in this race? I think it was only 13 drivers. Stan Drugovic will be the first race in his career that he's not won a race at this year. I mean, not scored a point in this year since his debut at the Dutch Grand Prix. He's won every single race since he started. At the moment, looking unlikely. Albon now leads, the winner of the Italian Grand Prix from a whopping 20 seconds, the biggest winning margin all season. But now Sargent trying to get past Magnussen. We were very close to a Williams 1-2 in Indonesia, but Albon has an engine failure in the closing stages of the race. I think it was with 2 to go. So ended up finishing 6th because of all the people that were many laps down. But can we get what we didn't get in Indonesia? A Williams 1-2. But Magnussen wants to spoil that Williams party, just like Gasly wanted to spoil the Williams party in Indonesia, and Williams ended up ruining their own party with the engine failure of Albon. But we've still got, look at that camera angle, we can see Hamilton all over the back of Magnussen. Can Hamilton win his first race since, when was it? France at Val de Vienne? Or can Daniel Kvyat win the first time in his career and his first start since the 2020 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? They're almost 3 wide through Madison Avenue. I think they are going to be 3 wide. They go down inside into the roller coaster. Through goes Daniel Kvyat. He's got past 2 of them. He's got past Magnussen and Hamilton and Kvyat onto the podium. Can he get his first podium? I think the 2020, was it Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix? No, it wasn't. I don't know when he last got a podium, but it might have been the German Grand Prix 2019. What a race that was. Thrilling race indeed. But now it goes Albon, Sargent, Kvyat. I did not expect to hear that 12 months ago in any race. Maybe even the start of this race. Not even. There's Magnussen into the 3rd place past Kvyat. Good move from the Dane to get in front of him. And that 51 of 58 in the closing stages of this race now. As they go up the snake. For the 51st time this race. As F1 go to VAR for the first time. It's been a cracking race. Indeed. As there go Magnussen trying to get past Albon. Sargent leads. Didn't even notice that. Maybe he's going to do both of them. Magnussen, 2 cars and 2 corners in the Oak Tree. Oh, it's not. Magnussen can't quite get past Sargent. But he will get past Albon. And he's going to have a great run on Sargent as they go towards the roller coaster down Madison Avenue. Here comes Hamilton. No, he's not. He's gonna. To be fair, almost 4 wide. Are they gonna be? Albon's gonna lose out a bit. They're almost touch wheels. It's off the track. Albon. They're dangling. Hamilton's lost his front wing. Hamilton's lost his front wing. Hamilton spun round. Lewis Hamilton's off. I mean, that's any chance of him winning gone now. It's Hamilton spun round. And now they come into the pits. Oh no, Magnussen wanted to come in and he hit Kvyat. That's gonna ruin both of their races. Oh no. And he's been hit. He's been hit by Joe. And that's, I think, Joe out. Is that Joe out? Drogovic involved. Is that Drogovic or Stroll? Oh no, it's looking so good for both of them. And there's Joe out. Joe's had to pull over. And so is Magnussen. Magnussen's spun round. And now Magnussen's out of this race as well. So it's Logan Sargent who leads from Lando Norris now. Charles Leclerc's in P3. He didn't even pit that long ago. If people have to pit, Leclerc could win this race. You know, after pitting in the early stages of damage, just like Ocon last weekend, he could win this race. Where's Kvyat? P5. Has he got damage though? It's a big chance he did after losing so much time. After that collision with Magnussen. Magnussen wanted to pit. And Kvyat wasn't. He didn't realise he wanted to pit. And it's a shame that things like this do happen. But it's Sargent who leads Norris. But surely they'll pit though. If everyone else is pitting, surely these all need to pit. And surely Leclerc will win this. I think this is Leclerc's race to lose. Because Leclerc didn't even pit that long ago. If everyone else's tyres aren't going to last till the end, then surely he's won it. And yes, Sargent's in. Logan Sargent's in. And is Lando Norris in? No, Lando Norris stays out. So has Norris maybe pulled a blinder? Can Norris finally win his first race in Formula 1? Oh, please, Lando. Please, Lando. That 53 now. Is it 53 or 54? 53 it is. Of 58. I just want to have a look at full-time drivers this season that have not won a race. Let's have a little look. Verstappen and Norris are the only 2 full-time drivers this season to have not won a race. That is mad. And of course, Perez. No, did Perez win a race? No, Perez never won a race in his time in the first half of the season. Alonso actually did win a race. He won the Miami Grand Prix. But of course, Perez hasn't had the chance in the final races. And same with Drogovic and Sargent. Not Sargent, Lawson. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Drogovic won a race with the amount of points he's scored this season. But looking likely that Drogovic's point scoring run will come to an end. He's scored in every single race he's raced out this season. Norris staying out again. It's looking more and more likely that Norris could win this race. Currently P1. It's Leclerc P2 and Lance Stroll P3. How are they all doing? Leclerc P2. Did Kvyat? Kvyat stayed out. Kvyat could get a podium here. Albon P4. It's De Vries in P5. Sainz P6. I don't know if these people need to pit or not. I'm sure if they do pit, they need to. Drogovic is P9. To be fair, so he's quite good. Stroll just pitted. Sargent down a P8. He could have won this race. Very likely indeed. Hamilton down a P11 now. Of course, he had that spin earlier on. Let's get a replay what happened to that spin. Never actually really saw too much about it. Actually broke his rear wing as well. It's just very hot into the corner, went into the back, and then into the back of Magnussen. It just spun him around on the curb. And then holds up Joe as well. Norris getting involved, and then just don't know what he's doing there, hitting the barrier. Let's watch Lando Norris though. And let's fast forward to live coverage. Still in the lead. Still not pitting. Surely Lando doesn't have to pit now. He's P1, lap 55. He's just got 4 laps to go. Surely it's Ocon now into the pits. No, De Vries, sorry. And Sainz, and actually Ocon as well. So those 3 are all in. How are they doing? Leclerc P2, Albon P3, is Sargent up to P4. Big gap between most people. They all start to pit. Of course, we have that incident between Joe and Magnussen and Kvyat, which ended Joe and Magnussen's race. Sainz just pitted, I believe. They're a bit further back. I think Stroll also pitted recently. So these four, I don't think they need to pit. Either they do need to pit or they don't. Obviously, I think they need to pit. Stroll could win this race. Either it's between Leclerc and Stroll, but Leclerc pitted a lot later than everyone else. Than these Norris, Albon, and Sargent. So if they do need to pit, then I think it goes down to Leclerc. To be honest, as we go through Hogpen, and Lando's in. Lando's chances of winning are gone. And it's Charles Leclerc who now leads. And Albon P3. Sargent, is he going to have to pit? Let's have a look. Sargent has laid out as well. So this could be your podium. Leclerc, Albon and Norris. Crazy to see Leclerc win after what he's been through this race. After that horrific crash with Bottas, which caused the red flag. So surprised that Leclerc came out basically unscathed. He only had a broken front wing. But Leclerc now, where is he? That final corner? No, that's Oak Tree. Couldn't quite tell where he was then, but Leclerc is in a great chance to win this race now. About 2 and a bit laps to go now. Got Albon chasing him down behind. Now Lando Norris, did he? No, Lando came out in third, so he was leading. He came out just in front of Sargent, so maybe Sargent doesn't have to pit. That could be a possibility that Sargent just doesn't need to pit again this race. At the moment, Drugovich is in 10th, so this is the battle we could be seeing between Kvyat and Drugovich. So maybe Drugovich will score this race, to be fair. Probably will, because Hamilton's a lot further back after having to pit for a new rear wing. So, Leclerc see that again, Albon see that again. Got some brilliant battles going on between Norris and Sargent, Kvyat and Drugovich for the ninth place. Did we watch this? I don't know. I don't think we've got any battles up front with Leclerc. This is a good battle we can watch between Daniel Kvyat, the 24, and Drugovich, the 34. Ignore the number that's on their car, they're not actually that number. But, yeah. Drugovich is 34, right? No, 26, sorry, Kvyat, that's it. He kept his number that he had, because no one's actually stolen it yet, and Drugovich is in number 34. They go through NASCAR Bend and through Left Hook before they start the Snake. Lap 57 or 58, the penultimate lap. I reckon we watch Sargent v Norris. This is for a podium, these two. There is a bit of a gap though, so you never know. Anything can happen between these two. They go down Madison Avenue and through the roller coaster. Very tricky braking through that section of track. You know what? These two are pretty close. And onto the down Madison Avenue they go towards the roller coaster. Come on, there we go. This is the view you want to see. Drugovich, he's looking very close. He's gaining a Kvyat down the inside. No, he can't quite do it. He almost could run into the back of Kvyat, but he has got the inside line now. But no, has to back off. Takes the error of it as they go through Hog's Pen. Or Hog Pen, whatever it's called, and to start the final lap of this thrilling Virginian Grand Prix. Let's see how they do. Is Drugovich going to be able to make a move down the inside through the horseshoe of turn 1? No, not quite. Round the outside maybe. He got it as a yes, he has. Drugovich up into P9. Kvyat, can he hold on to it? No, he can't. Kvyat, he's going to have to settle for 10th place on his F1 return. Right, these two, they go up the Snake, looking like too big of a gap. But where's Charles Leclerc? He's going down Madison Avenue now. Charles Leclerc on lap 20, I think it was. Bottas went off through the South Bend. He swung into the wall, hit the wall very hard, and then ended up being T-boned by this man, Charles Leclerc. Positive news that he's awake and alert in hospital with some injuries. but he rounds the final corner. Leclerc, he's been for everything this race, but he's going to win it. Leclerc crosses the line, and he wins the Virginian Grand Prix for the second win of his season. And that moves him up, I think, to fourth in the championship. Alexander Albon's going to finish in P2. And Lando Norris is going to finish in P3. He's had such an unlucky season, but he's going to get a podium out of this one. Sargent in P4 as well. Lance Stroll, a bit further back, he's going to go across the line in P5. I think that collision between Kvyat, Magnussen and Zhou has really kind of separated them a bit. Sainz in P6, Nick De Vries, another points race in P7. Ocon in P8. Is Drogovic going to hold on to that P9? Yes, he is. And Kvyat, he's F1 return. One off F1 return, I should say, in P10. What a race you've had here today. Of course, Drogovic is, what's the word? Thinking. It's not difficult, is it, to think of a word? His point scoring run, there we go, continues. So good job for him as they go through the final lap. And they've gone to run into that pit lane. Let's go through your results. It's Valtteri Bottas, the first retiree of this race. Positive news that he's awake and alert in the hospital. He always has been awake, always has been communicating, but has got some sort of, maybe, I think, leg injury and or concussion, that's what I'm being told, so maybe out for a few races, I don't know. But anyway, Hulkenberg 19th, Russell championship leader in 18th, that's big. Pole sitter as well, Hulkenberg. Such a shame for those two. Verstappen, Piastri, that weird prediction I made ended up being true between those four. Gasly 15th, that run of scoring points in every single race weekend since the German Grand Prix has come to an end. It's Tsunoda in 14th, Magnussen 13th, Zhou 12th, Hamilton 11th, the only person to finish a race and not score points. Kvyat on his F1 return in 10th. Drogovic's point streak continues in 9th. Ocon in 8th, last week's race winner. We've got De Vries in 7th, Sainz in 6th, Stroll 5th, Sargent, another solid result for him in 4th, Norris in 3rd, another podium. In his not negative, what word should I say? Poor, unlucky season gets a bit better. Albon in P2, and it's Charles Leclerc, your race winner after a just horrid start to his race in first. We've got a sprint round next weekend. I'll get some times for you. So let's go. FP1 not televised, but is at 3:30 for people. Well, 3:30 UK time, not really any use if it's not televised. The only people that really need to know is that time. It's the people in Brazil, so I'll get you that time now. Rio and London on the, is it 5th? Yeah, 5th of November. It is 12:30 FP1 starts, and then qualifying is on, that means Rio at, what time is that? What time is it? 3 hours different? Yeah, 3 hours different, so it'll be 4 PM local time in Brazil, in Rio for qualifying, 7 PM UK time. And the sprint shootout is 11:30. And the race at 4:30, the sprint, and then lights out at 3 PM UK local time, 6 PM UK time. So make sure you're there for that sprint weekend, the final one of the season. I definitely will be. See you then. Goodbye.